like, hi, I'm a good guy. I want to start a company. Is it? Hello everyone. Welcome back to the third episode of e-sharing. My name is Zaki from the Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Gadjah Mada, majoring in economics from the batch of 2023. And I will be the host for today's podcast. And now we're welcoming our honorable speaker, Ariyani Tiara from Reapra. Hello, Tiara.
Hi, Zaki. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so maybe before we start, can you please kindly introduce yourself?
Sure. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Tiara. I'm currently working in Reapra as a community developer. I used to work in e-commerce as well for the past 5 years. So yeah, glad to be here.
Thank you for that. Okay, maybe before we start, let's just start with, can you please kindly introduce Reapra and maybe explain a little bit about its mission as a venture builder, let's say.
Sure. So Reapra itself, it was launched in 2014. Our company is based in Singapore and Japan, and what we are focusing is to develop a financially sustainable business. So yeah, in the short term, is we do give out a funding for people, but then we are focusing for the future industries creation.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. Maybe, is there any thoughts of expanding maybe to Indonesia one day?
Sure, and we are now have been expanding to Indonesia. So ever since last year, we actually have kind of done some strategies to enter Indonesia market. And now with my presence here and also my team, we are expanding our markets in Indonesia.
Oh, that's really great. Thank you for that. Okay, maybe I'm wondering, how does venture building differ from, let's say, venture capital, in terms of long-term industry creation and, like you said before, sustainability?
Yes. So for the venture capital itself, the practice that we see is they are into just like 5 to 7 years. So let's say they are looking for people with the business ideas, and then they will give you the fundings, and then usually the kind of startups that they are looking for is those who are hyper growth, like tech, disruptive innovation, right?
Yeah.
And for Reapra itself, we're focusing for, it's not necessarily the big hyper growth projects, but it's more into we are in for the long run, 20 to 30 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Really long time.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe you could explain a few of the companies that from the tech innovators, some of that, please.
From Reapra?
Yeah.
Okay. So as mentioned, Reapra itself, we've been here for almost a decade, right? And then in the past few years, we had 100 companies of our portfolio.
100.
Yes, and our presence is also already in 13 countries.
Oh.
But since last year, we actually have come with this new approach, with a new methodology, in which I can share later on as well.
Okay, thank you for
But
that.
then the past portfolio that we invested is Glints, Bloom is in Malaysia, and also from our founder, since he's based in Japan, he's focusing for health tech industry for the aging population.
Okay, maybe next, right? Since you explained to us about the companies, maybe you could explain what key factors does Reapra consider when selecting industries and startups to support, in their growth journey?
Sure. So to add on as well, aside from our passion capital approach and that we are in for the long run, we actually looking for the individuals first. So let's say if you have the aspiration, right, to become an entrepreneur, and you have this openness to a new way of learning, then you can just fill in the application form that we have. So we're present in our social media, LinkedIn and Instagram. So you can just fill in anyone, just fill in the application form. Then we're gonna do some assessments, and then we're gonna do some kind of round of interviews as well.
So yeah, it started from the individual, right?
Yes.
Yeah, from the person itself.
Yes.
Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so then I'd like to ask next, how does Reapra foster innovation and entrepreneurship? Because since it's from the individuals first,
Yes.
right? In emerging markets, maybe you said that there are tech sectors. Maybe are there non-tech sectors that they support?
Yes.
Okay.
So since we focus on the individuals 1st, we're pretty much like focused on the growth and also the mindset of the individuals. Like, do they have the willingness to actually go beyond and to just build a sustainable business? Because one of our approach as well, like later on after you have the fund, you get the funding from Reapra, we are not requiring you to keep on raising fund. So for the first like 1 year of you building your own business, it needs to be somehow profitable, right?
Oh yeah.
And any industry is very much open. So if you are like have this interest in education, let's say, or if there's anyone who's interested in healthcare, then they can just focus on that, regardless of tech.
Okay. So
it's
they
like
have to start off going, the companies. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe to add on to that question, right? Can you explain maybe like what role does Repra play in like co-creating industries that contribute to societal betterment? Not just like financial returns. Yeah.
Yes. So in the program, in the intensive foundation design, like there will be like several steps, right? First, we're gonna do like an identity modeling. Basically, like you as an individual, we're gonna see like, oh, what is your earliest memories, in which it's going to define like how do you see the world, what are the tendencies that you have, what are the biases that you have, in which it's actually critical for potential and for the aspiring entrepreneurs. Because mostly like out there, we focus on equipping the people with the business skills, with the knowledge.
Yeah.
But as an individual itself, like, do you have that characters? Do you have that strength? Do you have that mindset for a lifelong learning? Right. So first, like after we do the identity modeling, then afterwards we're gonna do like mastery co-creation with the society, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Like how can we actually partner with the society? Like when you are going to build your own business, it's not going to disrupt the community, but it's actually like involving like what is the root cause, what is the grassroots problem in your society. Then like you are involving them.
So you kind of have to have like a strong personality to be to be a part of Repra basically. Yeah.
Yes, in a
Oh,
way.
that's really great. Okay. Like since we talk about all that, maybe I want to know, and maybe some of our viewers want to know, right? Can you maybe share like examples of Repra's venture building, like the approach it has on on growth and sustainability of many startups in like various industries, like you said, education, tech, and others. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I can share you one of the example from our founder itself. So his name is Shuhei.
Shuhei.
Yes, he's based in Japan. He founded this company called SMS Co. It's basically an information health tech industry in which it can cater to bridge the gap between the elderly people, between all the medical people in the industries, right? And then like they're building this platform, and then they are opening as like a bridge between these roles, right? So they're going together, and it has been IPO as well.
Yo.
And within 5 years, it has established like its IPO status, and he actually has left the company, and now he focuses for Repra. So one thing as well that's very unique to Repra is, let's say you, after building your own first business,
Yeah.
then we are actually encouraging you to pass it on to the second generation or to the other. So for the sustainability, yes.
So we can start another one to help the second generation,
Yes.
the third generation. Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's really great. So Shohei was it?
Yeah,
So
Shohei.
now he's helping Repra with its venture building. Oh, okay, that's really great from Shohei.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I'm sure like Shohei and the team from Repra, I'm sure there are like challenges, right? When they faced off, maybe even right now. Maybe can you explain like the challenges that Repra face in like maintaining to commitment for like long-term industry creation, or especially in like right now in the modern times? It's a rapidly changing market, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can share what the challenges that we face in Indonesia. First is like, since our approach is very unique, it's very different, right? Compared to the other venture capitals, compared to the other business incubators and accelerators. Usually people are asking like, hey, what's your business idea? What's your products? And also like, how many teams and what are your co-founders? But for us, like, you don't have to come with us with a business idea. You just need to come as you yourself. And we are actually asking, like, are you comfortable to become an individual entrepreneur? Since we believe, like, hey, let's just focus on you as an individual and then, like, build the founders and then, like, that are you in for the long run? So the challenges that we face is first, like, looking out for the people, because not everyone would get this understanding, right?
Yeah.
And also, like, to break the perspective, to shift the perspective.
Yeah.
So that has been, like, the challenges that we face. But thankfully now we have, like, around 10 people-ish within our program. And then, like, some are going to have their investment committee meeting as well in the next few weeks. So it's gonna be exciting.
So that's really different, you know. You said that, like, you know, you don't have to come with a business plan or idea, because, like, you know, usually when I watch, you know, like Netflix movies or shows, or even, like, you know, real life YouTube, like, you know, entrepreneur incubation, like shows, especially, like usually, like, it's just like investors sitting down, and then, you know, they just start off, like, going on with their presentation of, like, startups. So it's really different with Reapra, you know, coming in. So, like, what do? They just come in they just come to the office and, like, hi, I'm a good guy. I want to start a company. Is it something like that, or
No, so they just need to fill in the form.
Yeah.
So basically, like, we're gonna have, like, some questions. For example, like, are you open to actually be invested by Reapra, and then, like, with our approach as well, and then there would be several sort of questions.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, once you are selected, you're gonna going through, like, first few rounds of interviews. And if it's good, then you're gonna be enrolled in our program. So for our program itself, it's called Intensive Foundation Design. It's like 3 to 6 months as program, whereby it's gonna be like an explorative session. So like let's say for Zaki, right?
Yeah.
Like, as mentioned as well, like, can you describe, like, what are your early environment as a child? And then, like, how it has actually shifted, like, from you when you were born until you grow up and even until now.
Yeah.
And then later on, you are going to draft your own life mission. So that's, like, the business idea that you are going to build is going to be based on your uniqueness and also life mission.
Oh, okay. So that's why they pick from individuals.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, maybe, like, to continue on, I would like to ask, like, maybe how does Reapra identify and, like, nurture, you know, trends or opportunities that may not be, like, immediately, like, obvious to traditional investors? Like, you know, maybe, like, back then, like, well, maybe, like, an example for this question, you know, I like to think, like, Facebook, like, back then, I don't think, like, you know, there wasn't much, like, chatbots or, like, social media, you know? So, like, maybe for the next, you know, like, Facebook or Twitter, like, how would Reapra, like, consider it?
So for Reapra specifically, we want to focus on building the future industries even, not just ventures. So as I mentioned, like, okay, if you are in our program and then, like, you have built your own first business, and then in the next few years you're gonna pass it on to, like, the other stakeholders and such, it's gonna be, like, all the different ventures, right?
Yeah.
In which it can actually, like, solve, let's say, the education system, in which it can actually solve the healthcare system.
Yeah.
So that's, like, what we mean by the future industries.
Oh, that's really interesting. I mean, I would like to add on, like, you know, before you said that you're in 13 countries, am I right? Is it all, like, in Asia?
No.
Or maybe, like, abroad as well, like in Europe and in America as well?
No, so for us, mainly it's Southeast Asia and Japan, but we also present in China, in Australia, and all New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a lot, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So maybe I would like to ask, like, you said that, you know, the process of, like, you know, you have to like, do some questions and then go through, like, rounds of interviews before getting into Reapra's program, was it, right? So what about maybe someone or a team that has already built up, like, a startup, right? Maybe they would like to have support from you know, venture builder companies, like, specifically maybe Reapra. So are they able to, and what's, like, their process to enter Reapra's program?
Okay. So for our existing participants as well, they are coming from different backgrounds. Some are actually existing entrepreneurs, and some like they're like very much new, aspirating,
Like students?
students, or just graduates, or even young professionals, right?
Yeah.
So for the ones that are currently already have businesses, actually we set it up front like what's your next plan if you are accepted in a Reapra program? Are you going to pass this on like to your team, and then like you're going to focus on the new one, or actually like you want to do both? So it's basically because different ways for everyone, right? So let's say like if you or like your team is very much interested in Reapra program, let's say, right? I would say that you can just like fill in the form and then just see if our approach is matches with what you are looking for. Because Reapra is definitely open for everyone.
Yeah.
But not everyone can actually matches with
With
us
you.
because like our approach is very different and everything.
Yeah.
And it's okay, right? Like we're not forcing everyone to just join. So the ones that are already like within our program, what they are looking the approach that they have now is they are going to build a new business, but then like they are already like building the structure for the existing teams. So that's why like because they are open to build a new scratch idea, then like okay, we're going to accept you.
So they're gonna have to,
In a way,
from scratch.
in
Yeah.
a way, yes.
Okay.
In a way, yes.
Very interesting. Like like I said, it's very interesting because like it's the first time like I've looked into like venture building, especially Reaper, right? It's really different from like the movies and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so how do Repra like attract these individuals, right? Especially like I'm sure there are many venture builders out there.
Yes.
So how do you guys specifically gain their attention from the competition that maybe already exists like in Indonesia, especially as you guys are based in Japan and Singapore, right? So how do you guys like attract from those like different countries when you start entering them?
So for Indonesia,
Yeah.
the strategies that we have is basically pretty much rapid fire in a way that we just do like posting in LinkedIn, Instagram, social media and such. We are partnering with communities. We attend networking events as well. Because like these people, we are still also trying to understand where do they sit in, like where are they based in, right?
Yeah.
So that's why like now we are focusing on like increasing and also developing partnerships with any organizations who have like this like-minded vision.
Yeah.
And then like afterwards, it's just gonna be like organic from there.
Okay, okay. So they have to start organically. Okay.
In a way, yeah.
So, but I would like to ask maybe like in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Since you already started like building here, I would like to know like maybe you could explain briefly like what companies is it, like what do they do maybe, and what do they like contribute to maybe like in the Indonesian, not just economic but like society as well.
Okay. So for Indonesia specifically, since we started this new like entering Indonesian market since late last year, so currently like we have like 2 people ish. One of them is based in Bali, and also one of them is based in Jakarta. In terms of the type of business that they are going to enter in, is like still being refined. So I think what I can share is one of them is going to focus on like kids, the young generations and population.
Yeah.
And then like we will update you as well, like once the business has kick-started and everything.
Oh, they're just started
just
building.
starting, yes,
oh,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
That's from when you said you had to start from the scratch.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they just finished like their program, right?
Yeah.
Because it's in an intensive program as well. And yeah, that's why like they just like kick-started it, like they're still building their own company now.
Oh, so it's just like the structuring program.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they're still
Structuring and
building it.
everything.
Oh, okay. So, do you have maybe like other, since you said like Reaper right now is just based in Jakarta and Bali, right?
The participant that already passed the investment meeting.
Oh, so is it like are there like other participants like maybe from other cities, maybe
Yes.
like in Sumatra or Papua and stuff like that? So
Yes. So in terms of the program participants that we have, mostly they're based in Jakarta. We do have one who is based in Malang.
oh,
But then in terms of like the applicants that we receive, we have people applying from Sumatra. We
Yeah.
have people applying from Nusa Tenggara.
yeah.
And And for me, when I do the interview as well, I'm very much interested to hear their story because like people from different backgrounds,
different backgrounds,
wow,
different ethnicities. Like
Yes.
even in Indonesia, but like they
Yes.
have like such different culture than from different places. Okay, that's really interesting. And this was a very interesting podcast, I would say. And I really wished that we could talk about so many more things, but unfortunately, we have to stop here. Once again, we're very thankful for our honorable speaker, Miss Ariyani Tiara.
yeah, just call it Tiara.
Okay,
Yes.
from Reapra.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you guys, and see you in another episode of e-sharing.